here from fowlsonfantasy.com, and this is just a small time lapse of me creating a head in Blender. I haven't used Blender to sculpt in a very long time, so this was a bit of a challenge for me because it's been so long. But I feel by the end I really I pick up the pace a bit. Like, you see all these other YouTubers in their time lapses, and they're just so impressive. They bring out the form really early in the video. I'm not like that. I'm a bit more messy and loose. Like, it's like a ball of mud, really, my one. You know, I kind of fumble around with it a bit, and something comes out of it at the end. I tried a new method of making lips by using the crease brush, and I really liked how it turned out. I thought it was really good, although the lips are really wide from what they should be, but you know, can't have too wide lips, I guess. So yeah, here I'm just really trying to refine the overall silhouette of the sculpt, giving a bit of feminine features. I was trying a lot of new things during this sculpt as well, even though it's the first one I've done in such a long time. For example, the lips, and I think soon I do something with the eyebrows that I've never done before. I actually sculpt them on, but I'll talk about that when we get to it. Using the masking tool to make the necks is really convenient. In fact, like kind of a segue, but like learning the shortcuts in Blender just makes sculpting so much easier. So if you're a beginner sculptor in Blender and you want to get started, I suggest learning the shortcuts because they just make life so much easier. A really good one to remember is Shift C, and that's for the crease. But yeah, here we go with the eyebrows. So I use the masking tool to just kind of like plot out like what sort of eyebrows I'm going to have. I don't think I'll do this again. I think next time I'll just actually make the eyebrows a separate object, but I liked it. It was fun. I think it's because I've been spending too much time in ZBrush that I tried that, but I think it looks good. And then when I moved on to the eyes, I tried this method of creating the eyelids separately to the actual sculpt, which is a bit different from how other people do it. Like, they usually just sculpt it in, and I don't know how they do it. Like, I'm not very good at that. The eyes that I sculpt are pretty terrible. But here it's actually quite funny. Like when I clean it all up, they're too far apart, I realize, and they look really silly. Like, it looks like almost like a fish, and so I had to just use the grab tool and just like bring them in quite quickly because I didn't want to look at that anymore. So yeah, for the first sculpt in such a long time, I thought this went really well. And I'm really happy with how well it turned out. Actually, I'm actually really happy with it. I'm just putting some ears in here. They're not good ears. I don't usually put ears in my other models. They're a bit deaf, but I thought they turned out well. They're very basic, but they gets the job done. So here's the final model I was able to do in 30 minutes. Not bad for not having done Blender in such a long time to this extent, but there we go. If you've liked what you've seen and would like to see more content, tutorials or other time lapses, please consider subscribing, and if you've enjoyed this video, please like. Thank you very much.